She was dumped and faced the struggle of raising white quadruplets. Years later, a DNA test revealed they weren't her biological children. Nia was glowing when she first told David she was pregnant. That night, he had come home late from work smelling like aftershave that wasn't his. But Nia didn't question it. She was too excited, too hopeful. With trembling hands, she held up the tiny test stick and whispered, "We're having a baby." David stared at her. No smile, no hug, just a stiff nod and a murmured, "Wow." It wasn't the reaction she expected, but she brushed it off, telling herself he was just overwhelmed. They met 2 years earlier at a city hospital. Nia, a nursing assistant, and David, a white ER technician with a quick laugh and boyish charm. He had chased her as if she was the only woman alive, promising love and forever stability. But once the pregnancy became real, David started to disappear, first emotionally, then physically. He stayed out late, blamed long shifts, and came home with lipstick on his collar. Nia confronted him once, but he gaslit her, making her feel paranoid. "You're imagining things," he said. "Don't be so dramatic." She tried to believe him until she couldn't anymore. At 5 months pregnant, she found explicit texts from another woman, pictures, pet names, betrayal hitting even harder when she carried a life inside her. When she confronted him, David didn't deny it. "I don't want this," he said flatly, gesturing toward her belly. "I didn't sign up for these many strings." "You begged me to stop taking birth control," she said, voice shaking. He shrugged. "That was before I knew what I really wanted." And just like that, he was gone, leaving her with an apartment lease, a few fading photos, and a heart shattered into pieces. Nia spiraled. No partner, no savings, no health insurance. She was too far along for some hospitals to treat her without full payment up front. The prenatal clinic near her neighborhood had shut down after funding cuts. A friend suggested a traveling midwife who had helped other women in tight situations. "She's old school," the friend warned, "but she's safe." 2 weeks later, the woman arrived at Nia's home. Gray braids, quiet voice, hands looking like they'd delivered generations. Nia clutched her belly, unsure, but she had no other choice. When labor started, it came fast and fierce. The power went out midway. Rain pounded the windows. Pain blurred everything. She remembered pushing. She remembered the baby's cry. Then darkness. Nia woke up on the couch, dizzy, weak, barely able to lift her head. The midwife hovered beside her with a wet cloth and a strained smile. "You blacked out after the first," she said. "But they all came, 4 of them." Nia blinked. "4?" The midwife nodded. "Quadruplets. It was a miracle. You were blessed." The babies were lined up in a row, sleeping in laundry baskets padded with blankets, pale skin, light hair, blue eyes. Nia froze. "But the genetics are strange," the midwife said quickly. "You said the father was white, right?" "Sometimes it happens, recessive genes. Don't worry, just rest now." The next morning, the midwife was gone. Nia was alone with 4 babies she didn't understand but loved instantly. She never questioned it again. She named them Ethan, Leo, Ava, and Hope. With a volunteer center's help, she registered their birth certificates. No one asked questions. No one doubted her, yet others did. In the park, women stared. In waiting rooms, strangers whispered, "Are you their nanny? Did you adopt them?" Once, a cashier asked if she ran a daycare. Nia smiled through it all. "They're mine." She believed it. With every bottle she warmed, every lullaby she hummed, every night sleeping on the floor while they napped in a row, they were hers. They had to be. Years passed. The kids grew, different hair textures, different questions. "Why is our skin lighter?" "Mommy," Ava once asked. "Because love comes in all colors," Nia said softly. But the questions kept coming, and doubt crept in. At school, a project on family history asked for blood types, genetics, illnesses. The teacher suggested a basic DNA kit just for fun. "We want to see if we're part Irish, Viking, or something cool," the kid said. She smiled. "Okay." They spit in vials. She mailed them off. 3 weeks later, the email arrived. Nia sat trembling at the kitchen table, holding her phone. She opened the results, scanning the first, then the second, third, and last. Her heart sank. No biological match was found. For children, for white babies, no strand of her DNA. Yet, from the moment they could speak, they called her Mom. The room was silent, almost eerily so, as Nia stared at the screen. No biological match. She read it again and again, hoping the words would change, that it was a glitch, a typo, anything to make it untrue. But it was true. None of them were biologically hers. Her first instinct wasn't fear. It was heartbreak. What if someone tried to take them away? She stumbled into the bedroom where the kids watched cartoons, curled up on the same couch they used to nap on as babies. Ethan turned and smiled. Mom, did the test come back? Are we part Viking? She nodded weakly, tears filling her eyes. We'll talk about it tomorrow, baby. That night she couldn't sleep. She sat by the window, reliving the moment that strange midwife handed her those babies, how sick she had felt, how hazy everything was. Why didn't I ask more questions? Why did I trust her? The next morning she began making calls. The clinic where the midwife claimed to be registered didn't exist. The phone number she left was disconnected. No records, no license, nothing. It was as if the woman had never been real. Nia contacted the hospital where she had originally considered delivering. She asked if any babies were missing that week, any emergencies or adoptions, but they wouldn't tell her without a lawyer. So she hired one, Richelle Carter, sharp, relentless, kind. When she saw the DNA results, she said, "We're opening a case. Something's not right here." Within weeks, Rochelle uncovered documents, hospital transfer forms with mismatched names, a missing birth record from another clinic nearby, whispers of illegal adoptions disguised as emergency deliveries. It all pointed to one horrifying possibility. The babies Nia had raised as her own might have been stolen. The media caught wind. A local reporter interviewed Nia on her front steps. The photo of her holding all 4 children's hands while they leaned on her legs went viral overnight. Suddenly, she was headline news. DNA shock. Mother who raised 4 kids learns none are biologically hers, but refuses to give them up. And she hadn't, not even for a second. When asked if she would return them if the real parents came forward, she answered, "I didn't carry them in my womb, but I carried them in my arms and my heart through every sleepless night and scraped knee. I'm their mother. That's never changing." The world listened. 6 months later, a court hearing was held. Formal but emotional. A judge, 2 lawyers, and 4 nervous children in matching sweaters holding Nia's hands. She gave her statement, honest, tearful, proud. "I didn't know where they came from, but I know where they belonged." The judge leaned forward and gently said, "Mr. Wright, you may not be their biological mother, but you are their only mother. We see no reason to remove them from your custody. In fact, we believe it's time to make this permanent." He stamped the final document. Nia officially became their legal mother that day. The courtroom clapped. Even the judge wiped a tear. 2 years later, Nia sat in a white coat at a stage. Her children, confident, funny, full of life, standing at a podium. She had finally gone back to nursing school, not just completed it, but graduated at the top of her class. The dean had invited a special family to speak at the ceremony. Ethan stepped forward first, clutching the mic. "Our mom didn't just raise us. She saved us. She didn't know our past, but she gave us a future." Ava took the mic next. "We may not look like her, but she's the only face we know when we cry, laugh, or need someone." Leo added, "DNA didn't raise us. Love did." And Hope, the quietest of the 4, looked directly at Nia with shining eyes and said, "You're not our mom by blood. You're our mom by everything else." The entire hall fell silent, then erupted into applause and tears. As Nia walked across the stage to receive her diploma, her children rushed to her, hugging, laughing, calling out her name. She had lost almost everything once, but in the end she gained something even more powerful than proof. A family born not from biology, but from love. Love that never asked questions. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more emotional, dramatic, and unexpected tales. Let us know in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? We love hearing from all of you. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep watching.